Oh, hello. It's I Foster Character here. I'm gonna perform a speech that I wrote in 2009 for my academic decathlon team. It's about foster kids. Sit back and enjoy. It's been a year since I've done this, so bear with me. All right. Riddle me this. Who is everywhere, but nowhere at the same time? Who does everyone know about, but nobody seems to talk about? Who has the greatest opportunity to succeed in life, but is projected to fail the most? Foster kids. See, Orangewood Foundation, a foundation for orphans and foster teens alike, admits that up to 3/4 of inmates across the United States have been fostered, and that foster kids are 74% more likely to have an extensive criminal record than the average American. I mean, these stats are bizarre. How is a system meant to help a child overcome the things that were in his past environment, all of a sudden make them criminals and just send them to another institution? There's definitely something wrong with the way that the system works, and they know it. Oh, they know it. But the thing is, I don't think they know what it is. But I do. And I know where the problem starts. It starts at the beginning of becoming a foster child. You see, in my experience, I was introduced to the foster care system when CPS, or Child Protective Services, came to my school. They asked me a few simple questions, you know, how are my grades, how's my family, did I like sports, stuff like that. But after we got to the room and closed the door, they dropped a bombshell on me. I mean, they started interrogating a 14-year-old with questions a 14-year-old should never hear. I mean, have you been physically abused? Sexually abused? Are you malnourished? Do you get enough sleep at night? And do you have a stable home? I mean, I didn't know what to say to these questions. They were so personal. But I answered them to the best of my knowledge. I don't think I should have did that. Because what they did next changed the rest of my life. They decided to abduct me, to tear me away from everything I knew. Friends, family, school, education. I mean, they didn't pull only me, but they pulled my brothers out of the same quilt of life that we were all attached to, and instead pulled us into a housing facility for children like us that the CPS finds their parents are inadequate to support. I was so confused. I didn't know if it was my fault, if I would ever see the rest of my family again, or even my mother. I mean, thoughts just flooded my mind, and it became evident when the driver saw me leak from the eye. I mean, I was so sad, but this flurry of sadness changed into solid anger as we approached Orangewood, that housing facility I spoke of, because I saw that juvenile hall was to the right of it, and Theo Lacey was to the left. I mean, these were both detention centers for adolescents and adults, and I was stuck smack dab in the middle. And the moment I set premises on this place, I was treated as if I was already an inmate. They took my fingerprints, a mugshot, the whole 9 yards. I hated the world because I felt the world hated me, and it was trying to destroy me and crush me like a bug, but at the same time I wasn't going to let it happen. Oh no, I was going to lash out and make everyone feel my wrath. But quickly, as I opened all eyes and ears, I realized I was not alone. You see, the majority of the youth in these facilities felt the exact same way I did. I mean, they were confused. They didn't know if it was their fault. And this kind of fueled an anger inside of them, a type of hate. I mean, if that could just disappear, we could have some of the best students in the world, some of the most brilliant scientists that ever came to be. But instead, they're stuck, blocked by a wall of emotion. And the only way to clear this, I think, is through communication. I mean, if these foster care people, these social workers, and everyone else just took the time to let us know that it was not our fault and that we have a bright future ahead of us. I mean, heck, college is supposed to be free. I mean, that's at least what I found out. But they don't tell us these things, so we store anger inside of us. I mean, if they could just let us know, this would clear so much clutter in our minds and set us on the right path to be contributing members of society. To think a few simple words can actually change the world.